snide. Jeez, Mike. How about just the very first cut there? Snippy right out of the chute yesterday.
What you got, Nicole?
Any update on Will and just how much?
I don't have an update on anybody right now, unfortunately. I appreciate you guys all talking about the injuries this week, so thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Do you know what the hell he's talking about? Because I think I do.
Yeah, I think it was you guys are always talking about how healthy we are. You cursed us. It's like the Talladega Nights. Don't you put that evil on me. You hexed us.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, you guys keep talking about the injuries, how healthy we've been. So you happy now? Now we got the injuries.
It's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Because it's, they've had
That's like how a fan talks.
It's good fortune. Right. It's how a fan talks. But, the schedule, they've lost the least amount of man games to injuries or whatever. They keep the stats. They've been statistically, the healthiest team in the league. People have been bringing that up. And now they get a couple of guys hurt, and the coach goes, thanks, guys. Jesus.
What I'll say about the injuries, when you have a roster made of, like, let's say players are rated 1 to 100, 0 to 100, like a video game. When your roster has a bunch of 90s and 95s and you lose a guy, it's like, man, that's going to derail this season. But when your roster's made of a bunch of 75s, they're usually replaceable. That's why when other guys get hurt, no one really cares or notices. Will Campbell's a big one. Milton Williams is a big one. But other than that, a lot of these guys are interchangeable. You lost Keyshawn Boutte. No one noticed. Ramondre Stevenson went out. No one noticed. No one cares when anybody else gets hurt. Will Campbell's a big one. I get that.
I don't think he's that big.
Right, even yesterday. So Vidarian Lowe and Ben Brown come in. The pass protection was still good. He got sacked once, and he kind of ran into that. Yeah,
it was a corner blitz.
Do you have the exit? These are just, I thought you don't like advanced analytics, Felger. I'm about to tell you Will Campbell's PFF rating. He's like the 29th ranked tackle in the league. Mm-hmm. And that's among, 64 guys. Yeah. It's left and right tackles. So, just use that as a guide, a loose guide. He's been middle of the pack, which for them is good. That's been an upgrade from the previous 2 years. Mm-hmm. He's just a rookie. As we've discussed, in certain measurables, he's undersized. And so for him to be a middle of the pack starting, left tackle, that's good. We'll take it. But he's only the 29th ranked tackle.
Right. So when he gets hurt, okay, you're bringing in the 49th.
I was just going to say, can they coach up Vidarian Lowe over the next 3 to 4 weeks? Because that's all we're going to be.
Who has record length, arm length, too.
Does he?
Vidarian Lowe, I think, had 37-inch arms. Something ridiculous. Okay. But he was one of those guys that had really long arms. Like, wait a minute, I thought
he just don't know how to use them.
He doesn't know how to use them. But after he came out, of course, the first thing you're looking at every time Mays dropped back was the left tackle. He was just throwing guys behind Drake May the rest of the game.
It was kind of the same.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say, I'd much rather have Will Campbell than Vidarian Lowe. The point is, if you can go from the, 29th ranked guy to the 45th ranked guy and just coach him up a little bit and be smart.
And the rest of the line is fairly healthy. You lost 3 linemen yesterday, and nobody noticed. You still put up 400 yards.
Okay, so I don't think that it's that big of a deal. It's going to hurt you, and I think, Cerrone, losing, you felt Boutte's absence a little bit.
Yeah.
But it didn't impact the bottom line is what you're saying.
Unlike, for example, you got the Chargers. They lost Joe Alt. That's a Pro Bowl. That's all pro.
Yes.
They lost him, and it looked a complete mess.
Him and Slater. They lost both
and
tackles.
You see the difference. Yeah. They don't even look like the same team. That's because you have a guy that's a 95 out of 100, and you lose him, and you drop down to the 45th guy. You're going to notice it. But when your roster isn't made up of superstars, you don't know. The Rams, they lose Puka Nacua. Stafford is not the MVP. The Patriots lose Pop Douglas. You're like, all right, let's see what Kyle Williams can do. It doesn't bother you as much because they don't have a loaded roster. And this is kind of a benefit of it. When you lose a guy, it's legit next man up because you don't have a bunch of talent, top-end talent.
I just like playing. I like playing bitchy Vrabel. He's such a man's man. He's just such a dude, guy, bro. Sometimes he sounds very snivelly. Oh, I want to thank you guys for talking about the injuries last week.
So, yeah, you lost Milton Williams. What do you want us to talk about?
Give me that again there, Kev, real quick. The first one.
What you got, Nicole?
Any update on Will and just how much?
I don't have an update on anybody right now, unfortunately. I appreciate you guys all talking about the injuries this week, so thanks.
Hope you're happy.
How about number this is just post-game. Number 3, red zone troubles. What do you say about his red zone troubles?
I mean, what happened? We didn't score today. again, you gotta score with your man, whatever you call, and it'll be a good learning opportunity for us in a lot of phases, and just how important and how critical the week of practice is and being ready to go, because you never know when your opportunity is going to come, and making sure that everybody's on the same page, and a lot of moving parts today.
What happens? We didn't score.
You sound so emotional.
Yeah, no, he was pissed. Bitch.
You won.
Which he said we have to remind ourselves. It's hard to win in this league and all that stuff. This was interesting. There was something about recovering from a good or bad play. Number 4 there, Kev.
We need some work at that, everybody, me included, starting with me. I mean, that's just, I'm proud to, keep coaching these guys, and we'll respond. But I think, we can focus on that, just the speed in which we recover, and just these are long games, and, they're decided by a few plays. So in the end, we made a couple more than they did.
Have to work on recovering from good or bad plays. Do you feel like, I don't sense it from my couch, I'll tell you that. Like, they have a bad play. I think they do a pretty good job of bouncing back from it, don't you?
Yeah, the quarterback definitely does.
It's been a while since it's gone from bad to worse.
You threw a pick 6 and was down 10-0.
Yeah.
It went on a 17-0 run. That sounds like bounce back to me.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what he's referring to there. And I thought Drake May eventually dusted himself off. I don't know who he's talking about. Or do they have good plays and then sort of lose focus? I don't necessarily sense that.
It seems to me like he had a real high expectation for them to put 50 on these guys. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the long break, they thought they prepared for this game better. But when the other team's losing pieces, you don't have film on that guy. You didn't study that guy or what they were going to do. They changed it up on the fly. These games happen. There was a bunch of them yesterday. You had the Seahawks battling with the Titans in the end. I mean, it's what happens, but to come out and act like you just lost, and it's just, I don't know if he's being serious or not, but it just seems to be a little too much.
Real quick, follow up on that. The recovering faster comment, number 4 from today, Kevin, if you could, please, because that did deserve a follow up.
After yesterday's game, you said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, so tell me if I get this wrong.
Good, because I probably didn't mean it either. So
Okay. No, about how the team, both the players and the coaching staff, needing to recover faster from things that don't go your way in game. For coaches, and mainly for yourself individually, what does that look like?
Well, just setting the temperature. I mean, I have to set the temperature for what we do and make sure that everybody is that we understand things change quickly, and that everybody has to be on the ready. We go through different lineup changes, and personnel groups are up, personnel groups are down, field goal protection has got moving parts, and using 15 guys on a field goal protection throughout the course of the game, that's normally doesn't happen. And then just understand that, if we give up an interception, and again, how we come back and respond. We had a scoring drive. Defense kept us in there. Special teams, gave us some opportunities. We had a good return there at the end of the game when we needed it. Able to get points. Wasn't a touchdown drive, but it was a huge drive that took some time, and then allowed Andy to kick a field goal to make it a touchdown game. And I think that you can all see that, when we've gotten into those situations when they've needed a touchdown at the end of the game as opposed to a field goal, that we've been able to get the drive stop. And it's, however pretty or not pretty it is, whether it's in Miami or that game yesterday, 6 points and 3 points is a big difference.
Okay, so he started answering a question that wasn't asked. I agree. Finally taking the effing points was the right thing to do. Right. I mean, hello.
Even if it was under protest, it was the right thing to do.
He'd like to get all 32 coaches in a room and, fire hose them or something. Like, guys, take the effing points.
What happened to the feel? It's funny. I talked about this.
But anyway, he didn't really answer about the response. I'm sorry, Mario. I'll get back to that. But responding to the good or the bad plays, I don't know. I still don't know what the heck he's talking about.
I have no idea. I thought they responded well.
I think generally speaking, they bounce back from bad series or bad quarter. I mean, they're giving up first quarter points, first series points every effing game. and they're coming back from it. So I think I don't know what exactly he was referring to.
I think they've played worse in some games, and he sounded better than he did yesterday.
Yeah, so he wasn't happy, but the decision to finally take the 3 was the right one. Thank you, Mike. Yes, hello. And I mean, the final 3 points from Borregales, I guess he was what he was really talking about, but it was set up by going for 3 finally on the goal line on the possession or 2 before. But anyway, Maury, you were going to say?
Yeah, so last Sunday night in that rock fight between the Lions and Eagles, I came in the next day and said, I think this is going to be interesting going forward. Will Mike Vrabel do what Dan Campbell did last night in that game, in this rock fight game where you've completely lost all feel, where you should be taking 3 points in a close game? And it turns out I got my answer. He Dan Campbelled that in that first time that they got stuck down in the red zone for 8 or 9 plays or whatever it was. When you know you're in a close game like this and you're playing down to competition to a team like the Bengals, guess what? Just take the 3. Because at the end of the game, you'd be up 9 instead of 6, hanging on for dear life against Joe Flacco, who's broken but still starting to shred you a little bit.
I think that's key, what you just said. When you play down to the competition, when you play bad opponents, they think they're so much better than these other teams. Oh, we're going to go for it.
We're going to get it.
We're going to get in. We're going to eventually get in. We're better than them. Dan Campbell thinks that about everybody, even the Eagles. Oh, we're better than them. And I think that's what teams get caught up in, that, as opposed to just saying, you know what, if we're better than them and we're going to run away with this, if we get 3 points every single time down the field to go with a couple touchdowns sprinkled in, they'll quit. They'll just give up. And I think if he would have took the points early in that game and constantly put pressure on Cincinnati, they would have folded like they've been doing all season. But you allowed them to get momentum and feel good about
all
themselves.
these coaches have lost their minds.
Oh, it's so frustrating to watch.